Alright, so I am recording now.
Yeah.
Hi guys,
Hello.
I am sick again. I have horrible allergies on top of a cold, so I sound nasally all the time, but I sound even more nasally. So bear with me. You're gonna hear me sniffling, and I might blow my nose. Okay, so we're gonna start the actual podcast in 3, 2, 1. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of
Unkempt.
with your host Amber.
And this is Alex.
Hi. All right, so this is finally episode 6. Did you know that our first episode is about to hit 100 views?
Yeah, I saw it. I'm actually
Wow.
checking the views all the time.
Yeah, we should. I feel like we could be a little bit more active, like add comments and stuff, but like nobody comments on the video.
Please write a comment, guys. If someone's watching, please comment.
Thank you guys, really, truly, for watching because it means a lot. I mean, it's not something that we're taking like too seriously. You know,
Yeah.
we're just doing it for fun, but still, you know. Anyways, so this episode we're gonna be talking about childhood memories. This topic came up just randomly, and I just kind of, it's because I kind of thought about like my first memory
Mm-hmm.
that I had when I was a child. I don't know if it's a real memory,
Yeah,
but
me too.
but my first ever memory that I have, most of you probably don't know this, but I was born in Korea, raised in America, and now I live back in Korea. But when I lived in Korea, like, I remember distinctly that I was in the train, like subway station, and it was outside. A long time ago, it didn't have like those protective
Doors.
doors or railings, right? So I remember distinctly that I was in a train. The door was open and I could see like the blue sky outside. I was standing and my dad was next to his seat and he was crouching down with his arms open, inviting me in to hug him. And I remember running to him and hugging him. That's like the first ever memory I have, but I have no idea if it's real. Like it's something that I've had for forever. But yeah.
I think it could be real because
But
it's
I
so
asked my
cool.
dad about it, and of course he's not going to remember anything like that because it's just like, you know. But yeah, what about you?
Actually, I'm really bad at like memories, but the thing that I remember is that my dad was pranking me like above, like in the bridge, on the bridge.
Mm.
So he was like putting his arms above the lake, and he was like pranking me that he's going to throw me in the lake.
Oh, I see, yeah.
So I was crying.
Yeah, it seems like a traumatic experience, I suppose. Does your dad kind of joke around with you like that still? Like, does
Yeah, he still does.
Oh, I don't really talk to my dad a lot. Trauma dumping once again. Anyways, I also kind of wanted to talk a little bit about another memory I had. Like, you know, when I got my first tooth out, I remember it was like it was hanging on by a thread. And I got so scared. I ran to my mom and I was like, Mom, like my tooth, it's gonna fall out. What's happening? And she's like, okay, come here. And she tied a string to it. And even when tying the string, I was like, oh, I was like, Mom, like, no, it hurts. Like, I was a child, right? I was a big baby. And then she counted to 3 or pretended to count to 3. And on 2, she hit my forehead really hard and she pulled it out. And I didn't even know she pulled it out. And I started crying because my forehead was hurting so bad. And my mom was like, oh, and, like, to try and stop me from crying. You know how, like, parents kind of try to divert your attention to something else to get you off of crying. She's like, oh my god, look at this, your tooth came out, wow. And she's like clapping and stuff, but I still cried. I was like, ah. You know,
It hurts.
do you remember when you got your tooth out, your
I
first
think it's
tooth?
almost the same
Yeah,
thing.
basically they use like the string and they tie it to a door. Like in America, they usually tie it to a door. My mom just used her hands.
And my mom did too.
Yeah, and then she slapped my forehead.
Actually, my dad slapped my forehead.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Obviously, I didn't say fuck at that time, but yeah. Speaking of fuck, I remember this distinct memory when, like, when I was younger, I remember me and Michelle, my sister, this is the age where we just started to learn bad words, like shit crap.
Sure.
And I remember my mom was out getting groceries, and my sister and I were at the dining room table. we This is so stupid. I told her, "Hey, do you know any bad words?" And Michelle's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Since mom's not here, let's promise each other not to tell, and let's say all the bad words that we know." And I started off right off the bat. I was like, "Fuck," and my sister was like, "Stupid." And I was like, "No, no, no, not that,
Not that kind of word.
like shit." And then my sister was like, "Oh, crap." And I was like, "Yeah." It was so stupid. Oh my god. But now, like, I remember my mom would like yell at us for saying bad words like dumb or idiot or imbecile and stuff like that. And and now I just curse in front of my mom, and she doesn't really give a shit.
Yeah, my mom doesn't.
I don't think that's a good thing, but you know, whatever. Yeah. Do you have anything else that you want to talk about?
Actually, I learned to swear really later in my life.
Later in your life, like around what age?
In middle school.
Yeah, I feel like I get my swearing from my mom and my grandmother. Like I've told you this before, but my 외할머니, my grandmother on my mom's side, she swears like a sailor. I'm not gonna say like the Korean bad words like right now, but she like every other word is like a curse word, right? But it's not like to the point where it's mean or rude. Like it's just like a habit,
Yeah.
right? And my mom gets it from her, and I think I get it from my mom. So I feel like it comes naturally to me, which is I don't think is a good thing. But I noticed that my two younger sisters, Ashley and Nicole, they don't curse and they don't like to, and I admire that. I can't restrain myself.
Yeah, me too.
It's just become a part of my everyday vocabulary at this point.
Like in Korea, when you get scared or when you're kind of like 놀라는 거, stunned.
When you're kind of making fun of someone.
아니 놀랍다.
Oh, when you're surprised.
When you're surprised, we say, "Oh, 엄마야." Like, we do that.
Right.
Like, but
Amma means mom, by the way.
Yeah, amma means me.
I don't know how you
mom.
would kind of translate that into a saying in English.
Oh my god.
Mother. Like, no, I don't.
Anyways,
Yeah.
it's like, 엄마야. It's like kind of a general surprising expression that we use, but on some kind of point, I'm surprised by saying fuck.
Right. Right, shibai.
So that's.
I mean, we shouldn't be cursing in like the first 15 minutes if we really want to get it monetized later on, but you know what?
Shit.
Who can? Whatever. I also wanted to talk about some things that were different between us in our childhood, because again, I was raised in America, and so when I first came to Korea and all my friends were talking about like their, you know, childhood memories, like snacks and like movies and stuff, I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about. Like for me, I grew up eating like Lunchables. Lunchables are like these pre-made, really, really shitty snack boxes. Like there were so many different types. There's like, you can make a taco, pizza, there's like crackers with cheese and ham and stuff like that. And it's just like a basic snack lunch type thing that you would bring to school. And I love that shit. It was so bad. Like the quality was shit. But even now, sometimes I crave... Okay, my two favorites were the pizza and the tacos. Like you would get like a really bad tortilla, like a couple tortilla wraps, and you would get like this mystery meat thing that you would squeeze out of like this plastic, and you would get cheese and salsa and stuff. And for the same thing for the pizza, you would get like some pita bread. It's stale as fuck. It was hard. It was not good. But you would put like tomato paste on it and cheese, and sometimes there's the pepperoni version. It was like shit pepperonis. You would put those pepperonis on there, and you would eat it mostly cold if you didn't have a microwave, right? What about you? What were some snacks that you had when you were younger?
We mostly had corn pop and like,
what is corn pop for the audience?
Coke and
not the drug, but
chicken.
Coca-Cola
and
fried
small chickens.
Nuggets? Yeah, nuggets basically.
But it's really small. It's like it's the
popcorn
size,
chicken basically.
Yeah, popcorn chicken.
Yeah, popcorn chicken.
So that's That's where the pop comes from.
Right.
Popcorn.
And
And there's a kind of fried Pikachu.
okay, so
It sounds
there's
weird.
something in Korea and also in Japan, something
Oh.
called tonkatsu,
Tonkatsu.
or I think in Japanese they say like tonkatsu.
Tonkatsu.
And it's like basically fried pork,
Yeah, fried pork.
pork bellies or something like that, and it would be in the shape of a Pikachu.
Yeah.
And they would put some sauce, like
They
tonkatsu
will
sauce.
like
Dip it?
dip it in the sauce.
Okay. Now, I have never heard of this before, and when I came to Korea, everybody's talking like, oh, do you remember the Pikachu tonkatsu? They would only sell it for 500won. I was like, what the fuck is that? I don't know what that is. But they're like, oh, it's just like tonkatsu in the shape of a Pikachu. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. And I was like, I don't really understand, but, you know. I also had something... a lot of Americans will agree with me, like, and remember cosmic brownies. So these are like packaged brownies that were really mushy and fudgy, and on top there would be these little chocolate balls or sprinkles that were in the color of the rainbow, and they would call them cosmic brownies, right? That shit was like money in my school. Like you would trade all your snacks for one cosmic brownie. I remember Twinkies as well, but I didn't really like Twinkies. Twinkies is like
yeah, I know what it is.
yeah, you've seen it before. And yeah, Go-Gurt. Do you know what Go-Gurt is?
I don't know.
Go-Gurt is basically just like yogurt
Yogurt?
in a tube. And so there's two ways that you can...
I knew that. We
Yeah.
have that in.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. So they called that Go-Gurt, and there were two ways that you could eat it, just like regular yogurt out of a tube, or you would freeze it, and then you would like chew on it and stuff, right?
They call it 짜요 짜요.
Chayo. Yeah, so I guess it's different, but kind of the same. What else? Dunkaroos. I had
Dunkaroos?
something called Dunkaroos. I think they still have it now. It's like a small little package where they would give you icing or frosting on one side and little kangaroo-shaped crackers or biscuits, and you would dunk that into the icing and eat it. I was actually never a big fan of Dunkaroos. I'm so sorry, because I know there are die-hard fans out there, but it was not really my favorite. Yeah.
And in Korea, like until you're in the 3rd grade, they give you a kind of milk.
Okay.
그러니까 급식처럼 줘.
Oh, like yeah, we had that too. Like in elementary school, you would have milk time. Like you
Milk
would
time,
choose
yeah.
like chocolate or white milk, and they would have people bring in crates, right, of milk and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, right.
Yeah, I think I had that in America too.
We
Yeah.
did that, and most people would just get white milk
Mm-hmm.
and get jetty.
Chetty. So can you explain what chetty is?
Jetty is like a flavored
Powder.
powder that
Right,
you can
it's
put into.
basically like Hershey's like cocoa powder.
Yeah, cocoa powders.
Or like strawberry milk powder. It's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I remember getting tubs of, cocoa powder, and my favorite was strawberry milk. I hated white milk because when I was younger, my mom insisted every morning drinking 1 full cup of white milk so that we could grow taller. And we would chug that shit. And of course, whenever you chug a certain amount of milk, you feel sick.
Yeah.
And I always felt sick, so I hate the taste of white milk, whole milk and stuff like that. So now, whenever I get my coffee, I can only drink it with like oat milk or almond milk and stuff like that, because the taste of white milk is icky to me.
약간 비려서.
Yeah, it's a little bit slimy and weird. And apparently, you shouldn't really be drinking cow's milk because it has a lot of like hormones and stuff that's not good for the human body or something.
Oh.
Apparently,
Didn't
goat's
know
milk
that.
is a little bit better if you want like animal milk, whatever, stuff like that. Is there anything else that you remember eating when you were younger?
Oh, it's the saying of milk. In Korea, we do have like banana milk.
Banana milk, yeah, that shit is so good. Like in America, I don't think I've ever had banana milk, but I
Yeah.
remember seeing banana milk because every Sunday we would go to church, and on the way there was a big H Mart, which is a Korean
Yeah.
store, and my parents would get me either orange juice or banana milk, that shit is really good.
Yeah, banana milk is really good, guys. Guys, I think everyone should try this.
Yeah, it's so good, but like personally for me, I don't like artificial banana flavors or artificial pineapple flavors. But banana milk is just so addictive. Yes. Like, it's so addicting. Yeah.
Actually, it doesn't really taste like banana. Yeah. Kind of artificial.
Apparently, it's like a melon type. I don't know. Or is it the other?
Merona is 참외, actually.
Yeah. I was thinking of something completely different. So there's like an ice cream called merona. So it's supposed to taste like melons. But apparently they don't make it out of like melons. It's apparently like the flavor of 참외. What is 참외?
Wait, I'll ask ChatGPT. 참외.
I don't think they have that in America, do they?
Oriental melon?
Or
Korean melon?
Okay, so it is a different type of melon, but it's not like the cantaloupe melon type, the green melon that we know and love. Speaking of, I don't like cantaloupes or melons, but I do love merona. I don't know, it just tastes bland to me. Right. Same thing with watermelon. I love artificial watermelon candies and flavors,
God.
but
totally
I don't.
Opposite for me.
I don't like watermelon because I feel like it's just slightly sugary water to me. I get that it's refreshing on a hot day, but I still don't gravitate towards it. I'm sorry. You can hate on me. I don't care. Whatever.
But I hate the artificial taste of watermelon. When I Jolly Ranchers,
no.
I bought those and I said I hate watermelons, and you said, oh, then bring it.
Okay, so bitch.
Bring that to me.
Top 2 flavors: blue raspberry and watermelon, and then the third would be like maybe green apple.
No. For me, blue raspberry and the cherry.
Cherry. Listen, also when I came to Korea, they have a drink called Welch's. Yeah. But it's not the same Welch's in America. Like, we do have a brand in America called Welch's, but there's like a drink, right? It's like a soft drink that's flavored in like grape and strawberry and stuff like that. But when I tasted those two, it tastes like Robitussin. So anybody in America or abroad that knows the medicine Robitussin, it's like a cherry flavored cough medicine. Like, it's a drinkable medicine, right? And it tastes like shit. I remember like hating taking medicine like that. And whenever I tasted the Welch's soft drink, it tastes like Robitussin. But everybody that I know loves that flavor.
I love that flavor.
And so what I consider a medicinal flavor is not considered medicinal here. Like, here, a lot of people consider some lemon flavors more medicinal type flavors.
Yeah, right. Or
like,
strawberry.
Yeah, but like, I get lemon, but like honey lemon, like cough drops and stuff like that, those are good. I don't get why, like, but Robitussin is shit. And so I'm not, if that's the only thing that I have to drink, like the Welch's strawberry or grape flavored, I'll drink it, but it still tastes like medicine to me, you know?
Oh, like, speaking of grape flavors, in Korea, in front of Munbangu.
Munbangu, what is that?
Munbangu stationery store?
Yeah, like
It's really small, and in front of that we had like slushies.
Okay, so we have slushies in America obviously as well, but they're just called like, slushies, like 7-Eleven big gulps and slushies and stuff like that. But in Korea, when I first came, they have these very small slushy machines that
really
have like
small,
really bright green or blue or red like slushies, and they would give you a cup, like a very small cup of a slushie, right? And I thought that was kind of cute.
But
but it doesn't taste the same.
I was really young, when I was in elementary school, that cup was really big.
Right, because you're small and your hands are...
When the time passed by, they just sized down
the cups. I didn't know that.
So I was like, oh, when I went to the slushie store in my high school, I was like, what happened to the cup?
right. Yeah, and something that I also liked when I came to Korea is like those like hole in the wall type stores, like that sell
컵,
tteokbokki.
컵떡볶이.
Oh my god, what?
컵떡볶이.
Yeah, tteokbokki is
It's
so
like
good.
50 cents.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good.
But
Are
doesn't-
you
I don't think any of those stores.
exist anymore?
Yeah.
No, if you go in like idanji, like
I know where that
yeah,
is.
like where there are a lot of like living apartments and stuff like that. There are small hole in the wall tteokbokki shops, right? And there are still
No, they're still there.
시장 쪽에 가면
Mm.
yeah, they have it. Yeah. So I thought that was kind of funny when I used to talk about, food and nostalgia and stuff with my friends. I could never relate, and that made me really sad because I'm a Korean. I was born here too, but I left when I was a year old, and so I don't know anything like about shows. Can you tell me about some of the shows that were really popular for your age?
For me, my whole world was with 무한도전.
Wonderful. Okay, but I'm talking about like cartoons when you're little.
Cartoons.
Yeah.
Like more when I was in really Pokemons.
Pokemon. Okay, yeah. I'm talking about like Korean shows, but like yeah, Pokemon and Digimon was something that was really popular. I was a Pokemon girl.
Oh, and
But-
뿡뿡이.
I remember Pokemon. You know why? Even though I lived in America, like we would get like DVDs and
Yeah,
VHS
yeah.
tapes, right? And of course, my family being Korean, my mom would only get stuff that would be considered popular in Korea, and
Yeah.
she got me, or me and my sisters at the time, 뿡뿡이 DVD, and I was like, "What the fuck is this orange, fat ass? What is this?" And he would like make fart noises, and the
Yeah,
green thing
yeah.
on the top of his head would like flop up and down, and then like 짜장형.
짜장면.
Yeah, but is it like I thought it was 짜장, like 짜장면?
It's not?
It's not.
It's not. Shit, I didn't know.
No,
What is
짜장.
it?
Like
짜장?
짜장, like
짜장?
surprise.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't know.
Apparently, is that not true? Because I thought it was
Wait,
짜장, like
짜장면.
짜장면, like 짜장. Like black bean noodle 짜장면, 짜장형. But apparently it's 짜장.
Oh my
Surprise.
god! I didn't know that.
Yeah, because he would always say 짜장, right?
Shit!
Yeah.
I was like 짜장면 짜장.
Yeah, like black bean noodles. I thought that was what it was, but no, apparently not. I can't believe
짜장면.
I can't believe that I knew this. Like, I can't believe you didn't know that.
Because I didn't really pay attention to it.
Well, yeah, but I learned it like in high school, I think, or high school. Yeah. So,
I think my friend will know this as 짜장 as well.
is there anything else that you watched when you were younger that was like cartoonish? Like, I heard a lot of 카드캡터.
카드카토 제리, that's Japanese too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is
카드캡터
Japanese,
제리?
but you know.
I think all of animations are from
Yeah,
Japanese, but I don't
Japan.
really care. So, 카드캐터 체리 그리고 캐릭캐릭 체인지.
What the fuck is that?
캐릭캐릭 체인지. And 슈가룸.
What the fuck is that? I have
슈가룸 is like real. That went really popular. Like
I have-
너희들의 unlock 하는
Oh my
you know, there's something kind of
Unlock your heart.
unlock your heart.
Oh my
And
God.
they'll like collect people's hearts.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
not literal heart thing,
Like,
but
I
like
know.
heart-shaped
Okay.
diamonds.
Oh. Okay.
I watched all the girly things
Mm.
all the time.
So for me, when I was younger, I watched a lot of Teletubbies.
Me too.
Yeah,
I
it was
loved
popular
it.
in Korea as well.
What's your favorite then?
Bitch. What do you mean?
Like in the Teletubby.
Okay. So
Characters.
I am still traumatized by this. By the way, I talk about this like every Halloween because 원장님, like my boss, always wants to dress up as Teletubbies for some reason, but we never have before. So my family. My mom has 4 daughters, me being the firstborn, and then I have 3 younger sisters.
Yeah.
Every time Teletubbies was on, my mom would call me Puraduri, the purple bitch. And at first I thought it was okay, I like purple. But then later, once in like elementary school, there was a rumor going around that the purple Teletubby was gay.
Yeah.
Apparently it was a guy, but he's holding like guys, it's okay to be gay, but it's like, but apparently during that time, I don't know if it's true or not, just because he was holding a red little purse and people thought that the purple Teletubby was a guy, they said he was gay. And at that time, you know, if people say like, oh my god, he's gay, like whatever, and they're making fun of it, you don't want to be associated with something like that. Now, it's not about being gay or something. It's like more so being considered a guy that I didn't like. I always liked Poe.
Oh,
the red one.
The red one.
What was the purple guy's name?
보라돌이.
No, in English.
I don't know. I watched in Korean.
Tinky Winky. No, Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Lala, Poe. Yeah, Tinky Winky. His name is Tinky Winky.
Wait, the name is
completely different in America. Yeah, obviously they're not
it's
gonna.
like 보라돌이, 뚜비, 나나, 보.
Yeah, but of course in America they're not gonna say Boradori or
But
whatever.
Doobie is like English.
Doobie? No, it's Tinky
Doobie.
Winky, Dipsy, Lala, Poe.
보라돌이, 뚜비, 나나, 보.
Yeah,
kind
so
of
I was
stuff.
always Tinky Winky, and I wanted to be Poe because Poe was cute. It's just like a little cutesy type thing.
뽀. No,
Poe.
뽀.
No, it's Poe.
It's 뽀.
It's
It's
Poe.
like 뽀뽀 쪽 할 때 뽀.
And then like, but I've always felt bad for Michelle. She was like this. She's the second child. And she would always be Dipsy, and I hated Dipsy. Is it Dipsy or Tipsy? I have no idea, but whatever.
It's
the green
Tipsy,
one. Yeah. Yeah, so I watched Teletubbies, and then I also watched a lot of Dora the Explorer, Blue's Clues, The Big Red Couch. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but like in the 90s, I think, when I was born, there was a show called The Big Red Couch where this girl would come out dressed as like a clown. And the one thing that I would remember at the end of each show, she would do like this stretching sequence.
Yeah.
She would lay on a rug that was in the shape of a clock,
Yeah.
and she would stretch her legs and arms according to the hour. So she would put one leg at like the 6, and then she would go up, and it would stretch, right? And she would roll around, and it would be like an exercise type thing. And that's the one thing that I remember. I showed one of the teachers this like last week, and they made fun of me. They're like, ew, why would you watch those? I was like, ew, why would you watch 카드캡터 체리 or whatever? I felt offended.
It's a really good animation,
I mean,
guys.
The Big Red Couch was really good too. I also watched Thomas the Tank Engine, but he scared me.
He looks scared.
Yeah, he looks scary. There's also a horror game that came out based on Thomas the Tank Engine. That scared the shit out of me. Yeah.
He looks scary.
What about you?
카드캡터 체리. 포켓몬. 아, 코난.
Conan. Yeah, it's also
One
Japanese.
Piece.
Yeah, One
Naruto.
Piece. Yeah, like I got into anime a lot later on in life, like in middle school. So, but not like 카드캡터 체리 or Conan or One Piece. I started off with Bleach, actually. I actually haven't watched One Piece. I'm so sorry, guys. Death Note was also something that I
Death Note.
really liked. Yeah, stuff like that.
But I didn't really like those kind of scary,
Scary. Okay.
scary theme
Right.
animes. So.
But moving on to getting like when I was a little bit older, the shows that I would watch obviously is Cartoon Network, Disney Channel, Nickelodeon,
Musical,
Nick at
guys.
Night. High School Musical was my shit. I still like even like a couple weeks ago I was dancing to Bet on It with my sister. Dude, the scene with the water and him like the reflection clearly being CGI and stuff like that. That even at that age, I knew how fake that looked, but it was so good.
I love High School Musical. I mean,
Me
I
too.
learned my English with High School Musical. So, I love all 3 seasons. What's your favorite?
The first one will always have to be my favorite because you know.
Original.
But also the one where Gabriella decides to leave. Like,
3?
I gotta go my own way.
Yeah.
What? That's number 3?
That's 2.
That's 2, right?
Mm.
That scene was really good.
Great.
I'm sorry for my singing, guys. I know I suck, but whatever. Cheetah Girls. Do you know Cheetah Girls?
I know Cheetah Girls.
Fuck, that shit was my jam when I was younger. I remember I had 3 best friends, and we would all pretend to be a cheetah girl during recess. God, that shit was so fucked up. But yeah, Cheetah Girls was really good.
Do you know that on Disney there's Totally Spies?
Yeah, Totally Spies. Yeah, I do remember that.
I loved this.
I wasn't really a fan. I liked Kim Possible.
Kim Possible is.
Shigo, even now, I would fuck her. Shigo
Shigo's
is
hot.
so hot, I swear.
Shigo's hot.
I mean, Kim is also hot as well. Yeah. What other shows were there? Kim
Hannah
Possible,
Montana.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana, yeah. I remember I always wanted a blonde wig because of that.
I wanted that closet that she had.
Ah, the closet, yeah. The fashion during that time was amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
Low-rise jeans have made a comeback,
I hate that.
which is not really relevant right
type,
now, but
sorry.
yeah. What else?
What else?
You probably don't know Dexter's Laboratory or anything like that. Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls.
God.
I know that.
Bubbles was my favorite. I liked all the cute girls because I knew I was never the cute girl. The cute, bubbly girl, you know? Like Poe was the cute. Bubbles, you know? But I was, yeah. Okay. I also, stemming off, moving on from that, do you remember having like DVD and VHS tapes when I was younger?
Yeah, we do.
I remember like those plastic VHS tape things that would get like crumpled up with time.
I even had that with the vinyl thing.
The vinyls?
They didn't had an effort to put that on with plastic. They just got it in the
in like a little plastic sheet. Oh
like
my god.
Vinyl and the it was shitty, but
oh my god, speaking of like CDs and stuff like that, I remember computer games. Like in Korea, even like now, like the PC cafes are like huge, but even back then they had like group like communal PC places, right? But I think America didn't really have stuff like that. They do have PC cafes in like some urban areas, like in New York, but they're pretty expensive and like depending on where you are. At my time, America's internet was really shit. Like when I came to Korea, I was so happy with the internet service here because you can basically have internet anywhere. Like service is always widely available here, but in America, like internet was slow. Like going on to Google took like 2 to 3 minutes just for it to open, right? But I remember distinctly playing CD games and playing like really weird games on the computer, like pinball machine.
Yeah.
You know, on Windows, and also like the mine game.
Mine game?
There's like a mine, like I forgot what it was called. Like you would press the areas, and if there was a bomb, you would die. Yeah. And also during computer time, in America, there would be things called like word art or like PixArt, which is basically there's very different stickers or like fonts and stuff like that that you can make art, quote unquote art with. And I remember I would spend hours on it with my friend making dumb shit, you know, writing my name in like ugly ass like squiggly like things and stuff, you know. Did you have a computer when you were younger?
Yeah, I always had a computer, but I didn't actually use it until I was 8.
I remember like guys who are from America or like abroad, like tell me if you guys remember Putt Putt, like games like Putt Putt or Pajama Sam, because those two games are the shit. Like Putt Putt was a game where you were a purple car. Yeah. And you would go around solving problems and stuff like that, and Putt Putt would have like different like contraptions like painting, or like he would have tools, and it was like this shit. I still want to download it and play it now. It was so good. And Pajama Sam as well. I don't think a lot of people remember that game, but yeah, stuff like that.
For me, we did shoe game.
What is that?
You don't know a shoe?
No, what is shoe?
Shoe game. It's like shoes ramen 가게.
Oh, my friend played that like recently at a PC cafe. I was like, what the fuck is this? And they would make like kimbap and like ramen and stuff like that, and they would run around.
They'll just like make ramen
Mm-hmm.
really quickly and
Ah, right,
reach
ramyeon. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
reach 10,000원.
Oh, okay, yeah. My friend played that. I was like, what
That's
is
intense.
this? What
Actually,
is it?
I never actually succeeded on that game.
Maybe
really
you could
hard.
try it now.
No, it's
It's hard.
it's hard.
A cooking game that I played when I was younger that you probably know is Cooking Mama.
Yeah, Cooking
I
Mama.
recently got Apple Arcade on my
Oh,
phone.
you did?
And God, when I get into a game, I get into a game really hard and then I cold quit
Yeah.
because I get bored. The two games that I'm obsessed with right now is one, Sneaky Sasquatch.
What's that?
It's like a game where you are a Sasquatch, which is like a big beast that's like mythical, right? And you live near a campsite, and these campers and stuff like that, you need to steal garbage to survive, and like, and this game is like an adaptation where you can, like, it's like an endless story. Like you can pretend to be a human and work at the bank or work as a delivery driver and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just like a free world type thing, but the second one is Cooking Mama. They have Cooking Mama on the phone. I downloaded it. It's not the same.
It's not the same?
It's not the same. Because I remember when I was younger on the DS or DS Lite or whatever, you would have like a picture and you would know what you were cooking, right?
Yeah, right,
and
right,
you would
right.
have different levels. And every time you beat one recipe, you would get another one. On this one, you don't know what you're cooking. You have certain ingredients and you put them together and you cook it, and then you know what you're cooking at the end.
What?
Yeah, it's a little bit different. It's not the same. And also, it's like you're using your finger on your phone, but you need that stylus, you know? And
They
the
got a
pen-
Galaxy Note.
No. No. But yeah. What else?
What else?
I also want to talk more about like our memories of when we were younger. Do you have any memories, like fond memories?
Fun memories? It's not fun, but I have 입술이 잘 튼다. Like dry
Chapped lips.
chapped lips. And my mom would always put on a lip balm on me when I was riding my kindergarten bus, but I ate the whole thing.
What do you mean you ate? You ate like you took a chunk out of it, your
No,
chapstick?
no. She put it on me.
Oh, and you would lick it
And
off.
I would lick it off.
Ew, but like when I was little, I hated the taste of chapstick. Even now, like I have like
Yeah, I hated the taste too, but I hate that it was on.
like
my
it felt
lips.
slimy and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So I ate the whole thing until
my
I
God.
arrived at my kindergarten. So
I remember, speaking of like kindergarten, I remember every day my mom would do my hair differently, and that shit would hurt. She would brush the shit out of my hair. She would put it in tight ponytails, pigtails, braids, fishtail braids. That shit, by the end of the day, I would lose like a couple hair ties, and my mom would get so pissed because the hair ties were not regular hair ties. She would use the pretty ones, like the with the bubbles
yeah.
or like the squigglies. And anybody who is Korean, I think will living in America during that time, like in the early 2000s and stuff, will remember those headbands that had hair attached to it. Oh my god, you don't know this?
What's that?
So it's like a headband that would have like at the ends, like at the ends where it would go behind your ears,
Yeah.
it would be like different curly strands of hair
Ah!
at the end, so that when you put it on, it would look like you had little pigtails, right?
Yeah,
And so
yeah,
my
yeah.
mom would put my hair up in like high ponytails or pigtails, and then those two fucking weird curly ass things would be hanging down. It would itch me because they
Yeah.
weren't made of human hair. They
Yeah.
were it was
tickles you.
synthetic, and that shit would scratch the back of my neck so bad that I would like throw my headband and then lose it, and then my mom would get mad at me because she spent a lot of money on it. I remember banana clips as well.
banana clips.
They're kind of different from the clock clips. It's basically two prongs, and you would clip it and it would go like this. So it would look like a V.
Yeah.
You would open it, you put your hair like this, you would
Yeah.
clip it, and you would twist it at the top.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the banana clip.
For me, actually, my hair, I didn't have much hair. And since now, I don't really have that much. But my mom was kind of shocked that until I was 3 years old, she didn't cut my hair. Like,
Oh.
never. She didn't cut my hair. But it was tanbar. It was on my
Mhm.
shoulders.
Shoulder length, yeah.
And she was kind of shocked with that. I'm like,
Even after 3 years
Even
of
after
cutting your hair? Oh, yeah, I guess. Oh, okay.
yeah, and she would always like do a hairband or just make it a ponytail, and she tied up my hair because I was really 그냥 덤벙든다고?
Careless, I guess?
Careless.
Yeah.
And she would know what I ate for lunch because I would
it would be
have
on your shirt.
everything
Yeah.
on my shirt. So she
Oh.
would like, 윤채야 오늘 짜장밥 먹었어?
You ate a black bean
Yeah,
rice?
black bean rice. And because it was all over my shirt.
All over your lips as well?
Yeah.
Looking like you ate caca?
Yeah.
Looking like you just came home eating ass or something like that.
Yeah. And she was shocked with that.
Yeah, when I was younger, I remember, oh my god, speaking of jjajangmyeon, I remember like jjajangmyeon was the shit. Like I remember like in America you would go to H Mart, and H Mart would have like this food court area, right?
Yeah.
And every Sunday after church we would go to H Mart and we would get food, and my favorite thing was jjajangmyeon, right? I remember when I was younger, this traumatized me. That's why now I am so hyper focused on eating like I guess in a more clean way, not trying to get stuff on this. Because I remember I ate jjajangmyeon, I was like pigging out, and then we were gonna go meet a family friend, and there was a guy that I liked, okay, and I remember getting out of the car and we played, and he avoided me. He was like, 이상해, like she's weird, like I don't want to play with her, and that broke my fucking little heart. And then later on he's like, 얼굴에 이상한 거 있어, and then I looked at like the reflection on the car window.
Yeah.
My face, it literally looked like I had cacao. like literally it looked like I fell onto the ground, ate shit, dirt all over my face, and I cried in the car, and my mom was like, "Oh, it's okay. People will like you for you or whatever." Yeah. So ever since then, I remember to use a napkin to wipe the corners of my mouth and like eat clean and make sure not to chew with my mouth open.
Oh, I hate that. 쩝쩝거리는 거?
Now I'm a lot better, but I could never used to get so
Annoyed?
not just annoyed, I would get very angry to the point where I just couldn't focus, that when I would hear somebody chew, apparently that's like a thing, like there's like it's not a disorder, but like it is a thing where you get really angry from mouth sounds. But I've had a lot of friends or even my sister that would chew really loud, and I got used to it, so it's not as bad. But yeah.
But I hate that sound too. So.
That was a little off topic, but yeah.
Then my friend was really kind. He would play with me when I had the shit on.
Well, that's a true fucking friend, okay?
That's a true
fucking friend. You know what? I don't even remember that guy's name, but fuck you. Fuck you, okay? You know what? I didn't eat caca. It was jjajangmyeon, okay? But whatever. Talking about crushes, do you remember the first guy or first like little boy that you liked when you were younger? Your first crush or your whatever?
This would kind of disappoint you, but I actually never had a crush.
Right, you told me this before. This is so weird because I feel like ever since I knew I liked boys, like I knew.
I was like interested in someone, but I didn't like, oh my god, I have a crush.
I still remember
went to that phase.
I know like I liked some guys, but I remember my first true crush where I had like a mini heartbreak by myself. I still remember your name. His name was Max. So the story is kind of long, but I remember I started going to school where my cousins went to school because we had some family issues and stuff like that, and we had to move schools, right? And I started going to, I don't remember the middle school, the name of, not the middle school, I don't remember the school that I went to, but I remember his name. I remember there was another girl that I considered a friend. Her name was Sydney.
Yeah.
And Sydney was conventionally beautiful white girl, brunette, big blue eyes. She was like the it girl in our class. she was my friend, but we both liked Max. And me, being a small, chinky little Asian, did not have a lot of confidence even at that age, because I knew that I wasn't as pretty as these white girls, right? And she and I every day would talk about Max, right? And Max, thinking about it now, he was such a little fucking shit, a little player. He knew that we both liked him, but he would tell us both the same things, that he liked both of us. But we, like, it wasn't like a date. He was like, oh, I like both of you. I can't choose.
Oh.
At that age, I can't even believe I told him that I liked him, because I am not that type of confident girl now. But I remember I had to move back to my where I came from, right? And it was the last day, so my uncle, he's so sweet, I miss my uncle so much, but my uncle made sure that my last day there was very special. He called the parent, like, everybody, the teacher, and he prepared a small little going away party for me. He brought cupcakes and stuff, and he came, and the teacher and the students, they gave me a stuffed animal and a card. And I remember being so surprised that they threw this for me. And so we had a little time where we set up the cupcakes, and I stood in front of the class, and my uncle and my teacher told me, choose the first person to come up and get a cupcake. Of course, me being me and me being obvious, I chose Max. But Max, I remember his face being in his hands, being completely distraught that I was leaving. And he's like, and he refused to come up. He was like, no, I don't want to. And I saw my uncle's face, and I knew at that time my uncle realized that I had a thing for him. My uncle was cheesing the fuck out. He was like laughing, right? And I was like embarrassed. So I chose Sydney after, and then she came up. We had a good time, and I left, and I never saw him again. So Max, if you know, obviously he's not gonna watch this, but if you remember living in like Aberdeen or something like that, or like somewhere in Central Jersey, and you remember at that time my name was Christina. So if you remember Christina, that was in your elementary class, I liked you a lot, and I knew you were distraught that I left. So hit me up.
Oh, saying that, I don't think this was a crush, but I liked the boy, but it's not a really...
That's a crush, Alex. Nobody can not have a crush unless you're like super asexual, like.
Oh yeah, then maybe.
So tell me about him.
I can't remember his name though.
It doesn't matter, just like, tell me how you felt.
I remember his last name.
Kwak. Like Kwaktubu?
No!
Oh, I'm sorry. If you're a fan of Kwaktubu, I don't like him. Anyways.
I mean, Mr. Kwak was really kind, and he was handsome.
What do you mean?
He had really big eyes, and his mom was really beautiful.
Oh, well, I mean, you know,
yeah,
genetics.
because of that, genetics. He looked same as his mom. He looked good.
Okay.
He looked good.
That was a crush, Alex. What are you talking about?
He looked really pretty, actually. So I was like, we played together, and my mom and his mom was really close. And at some point he had to leave 전학.
Oh, move schools.
Yeah, he had to move the school. So yeah, and that he went bye-bye. And he gave me an 오르골.
What the fuck is that? What is an 오르골?
오르골?
Oh.
오르골 몰라? Oh my god.
I'm sorry,
오르골.
guys. I'm sorry, Koreans. Like, I might not. What? I'm stupid. I'm sorry.
Music box.
Okay. Yeah, a music box. Okay,
music box.
Okay, yeah.
And that's it.
Oh, do you still have it?
No.
Okay. Well,
I
that
know
sucks.
what it looked like.
Okay.
Like,
Do you remember like the song that it played?
But it was
How
like,
sweet! What a gentleman.
Yeah.
What if he's like a fucking shit ass person now?
No.
Like even Max. What if he's like a fucking bum ass like? It's okay. Hit me up, Max. I'm waiting.
I don't know your name, so I can't.
Mr.
say.
Kwak.
Mr. Kwak.
Okay. I also remember my first boyfriend. So I was an ugly child.
No.
Even in my
Pretty
adolescence,
girl.
like when I was a teenager, I was even uglier because at that time hormones, you know, acne, ugly, really bad choice in haircuts as well. My God, if I can pull up like photos. I'll show you guys on my Instagram if you want. But like I remember in like sixth grade, fifth or sixth grade, I remember I used to like a guy named Matt, right? But
It's all Max or Matt.
I know, right? But Matt was a very skinny white boy that had a bowl cut. But he was the type of guy who literally didn't care about girls at all. And he was very quiet. But for some reason, I thought that was so cool. I thought he was so cool. He was not like one of the popular guys or whatever. But one day, I told my friends, and my friends, like obviously being friends, dared me and said, go up to him, tell him you like him. And I was like, oh my god. Okay. So during recess, he was on the playgrounds. I went up to him. I still remember. I was like, hey Matt, I need to tell you something. And he's like, oh, okay. And I was like, I like you. Do you want to be my boy? I think that's the first time I ever confessed to somebody. First and last time. I think that I ever first confessed. Like I was so confident when I was little.
You should be more confident, girl.
Yeah, I need to learn from little Christina. But I went up to him and I was like, do you want to date? Do you want to be my boyfriend? He's like, okay. And so I was super happy. It's like, we're dating. But we literally did not even talk to each other after that.
What?
So that's why I say quote unquote boyfriend, because like we like, you know, we didn't even hold hands. He was like, okay. And that's it. And then okay, so this is like a huge like little story. Before I liked Matt, I liked a guy named Shane. Looking back now, I'm sorry, Shane. You're not my type anymore. But Shane, he had big blue eyes. Like, I think I have a type. Blue eyes, brown hair. Okay. Shane also had like dirty blonde brown hair, but it was like very short, sports cut, right? And I liked him, but Shane was being like whatever. And so he found out that I was quote unquote dating Matt. He got super angry, and then he confessed to me, and he said, I feel the same. All of a sudden in a text message, I feel the same. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, no, I don't. What are you talking about? And he's like, I like you too. And I was like, I'm dating Matt.
I didn't do anything, but I'm dating Max.
Yeah. We're not even. And then, long story short, Matt and I broke up. I think I broke up with him. Like, I don't even think we broke up. I might be still dating Matt. Hey, Matt, hit me up too, you know? Let's rehash old memories.
You're still in the relationship, man.
And, yeah, but Shane and I, nothing worked out, you know, whatever. And then I moved.
Then who's the first guy that you held your hand with?
God, I don't remember.
Shit.
Oh my god. Oh. Hold hands with. Oh wow.
Oh wow. She literally can't remember.
I think it was a guy named Dylan.
Who's that? I thought it was going to be Max or Sheen.
Shane. Who's Shane?
Shane.
Okay.
Shane.
No, because obviously I didn't date Shane. I don't hold hands before dating. No. Nah, I do more than that now, but you know. Okay. But yeah. I don't remember.
Oh, that's sad.
What do you mean? I don't really remember Dylan either. I think it was Dylan. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, that was a fond memory. Yeah. So Max, Matt, or Shane, if you guys see this, hit me up. We can talk about what happened and how we're living our lives now.
Unfortunately, I don't have these stories because I went to all girls school. So
Right.
guys, don't expect me from anything. So.
I remember my first real relationship when it came to Korea, but
That was the first real thing?
like
or
the
did
first
you have...
real relationship. I
Like
had a
before?
relationship before,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be honest, like I don't really consider it like a relationship because
When you're in the
in
US?
America, yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Anyways,
Good to hear. Good to hear.
I also remember what else when I was younger. I remember having to use a landline phone to call my friends, and when the parents would always pick up, they'd be like, "Hello," and I would be like, "Hi." I still remember my best friend's name during that time. Her name was Alexandra. We fell apart. We had a huge fight. It was kind of my fault, but I remember calling and be like, "Hey, can I talk to Alexandra? Hi, this is Christina." Well, now I'm Amber, but this is Christina. Can I talk to Alexandra, or can I talk to whatever? And they would be like, "Yes, hold on," and yeah. And then I would also, like, since in America you would live closer to your friends and stuff, you would literally not even call them. You would go out, you would knock on their door, and you would have to ask their parents if they could come out to play. Yeah, you would not be like, "Hi, is Alexandra home? Can she come out and play?" And the parents would be like, "Yeah, but we have to have dinner first. Maybe you can come out or whatever." And I'd be like, "Okay."
Yeah, I did that too. We had collect call.
Collect calls. Yeah, collect calls. Right.
Yeah,
But
we
we
didn't
would-
have phones.
And we had landlines and stuff.
What?
Speaking about landlines, I'm gonna get to it, but do you remember Barbies, right?
Yeah.
Have you had a Barbie doll before?
Course.
Do you know Bratz dolls?
Who's that?
You don't know Bratz dolls? Look it up. BRATZ.
BRATZ.
BRATZ. Okay, so anybody abroad will understand when you were either a Bratz girl or you were a Barbie girl.
Wait,
BRATZ dolls.
dolls.
Yeah.
Ah,
So-
I know this. Why is
You
it
know,
their name?
you were either a Bratz girl or a Barbie girl, and I was always a motherfucking Bratz girl. Okay, I had a Barbie, but I would never like play with it. But Bratz, bitch, I had the dolls, I had the clothes, I had the shoes. And speaking of landline phones, if you look up Bratz lip phone, look it up. It was a motherfucking landline phone in the shape of a Bratz lip.
Whoa.
That shit I saw in a Toys R Us. Toys R Us, they have that in Korea as
Yeah.
well, right?
Yeah,
I
we do.
remember asking my parents for that phone, and they got it for me. They got it for me. And I had that fucking lip phone until like middle school. And I would pray that somebody would call me so that I can pick up the top lip. And
Oh, it doesn't work.
it works. It's a real phone. So
Yeah.
you hook it up to your landline phone, and so
Yeah.
you would take the top lip off, and the numbers would be on the bottom lip, and then you would use the top lip as that was my landline phone. I had that in my room. So none of my sisters ever had a landline phone of their own, but I did because I had my Bratz lip phone.
That's so cool.
God,
never heard of this before.
Yeah, so anyways, so I was a motherfucking Bratz girl, still am. I think they are beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barbies, I mean, they're classic.
I was a Mimi Pop Mimi.
What the fuck is a Mimi?
Oh, Mimi. You don't know Mimi?
No, I don't know Mimi.
It's Korean doll.
Oh, okay, it's a Korean doll. Then obviously I wouldn't know. But yeah. Do you have anything that you, like, played with as a child?
Avatar.
Avatar?
Not movie Avatar, but like sticker.
Like paper dolls. Sticker dolls?
Sticker dolls.
I remember,
I have
like,
Avatar book.
so it would be like a cutout and you would put like clothes on them
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like that?
yeah.
Yeah. Do you know the felt dolls? 천으로 만든 거. 그래서 이렇게 붙여가지고 하는 거. They were felt dolls as well.
But I had like the stickers, and I had like three books of avatars and the whole outfits, and I
Right.
would play with that.
That was the same for me, except it was Bratz. The Bratz dolls had like some really fucking good clothes. Like they had like the highest platform shoes and like chain belts, 90s, early 2000s fashion. Yeah.
More like this.
Yeah, I know what those are. But I never understood them because they would move around, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so fun.
Like, I don't know. But
I liked it.
I also remember when I was younger, a little bit older though, Heelys.
Heelys.
Yeah. I remember getting them for my birthday, me and my sister Michelle. and I remember eating shit at the mall. I fell backwards. I hit the back of my head on the marble floor. I don't know how I didn't get a concussion. Maybe I do. Maybe that's why it turned out this way. Because I hit my head fucking hard on the ground. God, I was so good at riding the Heelys.
But you had a concussion?
Yeah, because I remember the store I was in. It was Zara in America. Freehold Mall, I think. If you guys live in Central Jersey, let me know if Freehold Mall is still there. But I remember being at Zara, and I remember being at like the front left portion of the store, and my mom was looking at clothes. I remember riding up to her, but it was slippery. And so I tried to stop, ate shit, fell backwards, hit my head really hard on the floor, and I walked it off, and I pretended it didn't happen because, you know, the embarrassment was harder for me than the pain.
We had Heelys too, but my mom didn't let me buy it because of that incident that happened. So.
What incident? What do you mean?
Like falling backwards.
Stuff like that, yeah. I don't know. My mom and dad really tried their best to give us everything that we wanted. We were spoiled, and I thank them for that. I love them very much. My bratz lip doll, my Heelys. What else did I get?
I got all the dolls that I wanted to.
Oh my god, I remember. Okay, so if you live in America, tell me if you guys still have this now. Every season, like a winter season, you would get catalogs from Toys R Us or your local supermarket, and you would see all these toys that would be on sale. And every Christmas when I was younger, I would ask my parents for a dress-up kit, a princess dress-up kit. They would give you a tiara, a dress, gloves that came up to your what is it? What is this?
조조 시크릿.
Elbow. Rings, clip-on earrings, and heels. Bedroom slipper heels. I remember I'd be walking my shit around the house
all the time.
Click, 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 click. All over the place. Tugak, tugak. I remember. And my mom would get so annoyed because I love the sound of heels ever since my mom was like a big fashion person. She used to work in the fashion industry as well. And so everywhere I went, I would also ask my mom if I could wear them out. My mom would say no, but I would take them in my little princess purse and I would wear them in the car. And yeah, I remember. And then I remember I wore them so much that they broke and I cried. And I also remember like the makeup kits, like the fake makeup kits that I would get. I was so spoiled.
I didn't actually have those makeup kits or that princess thing.
Like, I could go on and on about this. I'm going to talk about 2 more things. I remember my most favorite thing that I used to play with when I was younger was an easy bake oven. What that was, you would literally get like a microwave or an oven and like a very hot light bulb. You would have to install the light bulb and you would get a recipe book and some powders, right? And you could bake a cake, pancakes, cookies. You can eat it. You would bake it and you would put it in the oven and the light bulb would bake it. Yeah, it would bake it. It would bake it. It's an easy bake oven. Yeah. It's strong as shit, but my shit never cooked.
Why?
I don't know why. Maybe I was impatient, but I would put it in. It would come out looking like shit, and I tasted it and tasted like shit. But that was my favorite because I loved cooking. I can't cook now.
Wow.
I can't cook now. I never kept it up, but yeah, I remember the easy bake oven. And also, as I guess science improved, I would have those little makeup dolls. So what that was is like a bust of a head, a Barbie head.
Oh yeah, I know what
and
that is.
You would use hot water or cold water, and it would, if you use like hot water, it would put makeup on, and if you use cold water, it would disappear and stuff like that. You could paint their nails or whatever. I had stuff like that as well. God, I don't know. There's a lot of weird shit, I guess.
Yeah, I think you had a really good childhood.
I did. I want to go back. What about you?
Me?
So you weren't really interested in like dress up or makeup, huh? Just like dolls and stuff?
Yeah, just dolls and stuff, but I didn't really do makeups and stuff until I was in... I didn't put makeup on until I was in 20.
20s.
20s.
I wish I was like you. I started putting makeup on in like 5th or 6th grade. Yeah. My mom wouldn't let me, so I cut my bangs so I could hide my eyes after I put on eyeliner for the first time, and she caught me and she was like, "You look like shit. You look like you didn't sleep for the past 2 months. You look like a fucking raccoon." And I was like, "Stop, Mom. It's not a phase." Anyways, yeah. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it, actually. I
Yeah.
didn't do anything.
Okay, so I guess that's it. I guess we can talk about it more later because we hit 1 hour and 5 minutes right now. Yeah. That was good.
Yeah, it was
Anyways,
good.
let us know if you guys have any similar memories, like in
Good old
Korea
days.
or in America and stuff like that, you know? Because I obviously didn't have the Korean childhood experience, and I kind of feel horrible about it because all my friends give me shit for it because I don't know Apollo.
Apollo is good.
I don't know any of the 불량식품 shits. I don't know, you know? And I want to know. So teach me, guys. And yeah. All right. So until next time. That was Alex and Amber. And please hit that bell notification so you know when we upload, and hit that subscribe button. It helps us a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you for listening.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye.